In your dedicated Stages Jaguar Land Rover environment, you have access to an example software engineering lifecycle. When we enter that lifecycle, we can see kind of this image there, clickable image that shows us the different elements or perspectives that you can access within that process. You can also navigate through those on the left-hand side here. If we take a look at our processes and activities, we can start by creating a new action, so creating a new process here, where we can define the name of our example process and save that. And now we have an example process that we can then add activities to, where we get under our actions menu, once again, new, we can create a new activity, maybe calling this step 1, and selecting the element type activity and save. Now we can see we have indeed an example process. And now one other thing to point out is when we're accessing stages, we have here different views. We're currently looking at a detailed view. Make sure you've selected the detailed view. This provides us with a different perspective on the same process. In this view, we have in fact our predecessor activities, and we have in fact our successor activities. So very easily, using this new link, I can create a successor by maybe defining this as step 2. I'm going to say this is again an activity, and then save that. And now we can see we have there a connection between step 1 and step 2. Beneath this visualization of the process, we also have other boxes or connections there to other elements where we can make associations. For example, we might add a responsible role to our step 2 activity simply by clicking the new link, where we then define a new role and save. And now we can see our new role name appears here. We can click on that new role, where we then take into a description that we can add, and we can see what that role is then responsible for. And we can navigate back to step 2. Similarly, if I then move to step 1, I can also change and add a predefined role to the responsibility, maybe selecting my project manager. So I check the box and assign by moving it across and then saving. And now I can see I have modeled a new process. Now we can continue to define that process simply by filling out the rest of this template. And we then create those associations and that stages can then visualize. And we can easily then move through different views that provide us with the same perspective or a different perspective on the same process.